Again,
Burt, County Judge, Matagorda County. Population 42,000.
42,000. Is it going up or down in the last 5 years?
Well, it's kind of static right now, Meyer, but we had a period of growth during the construction of the nuclear generating facility out here, South Texas, which is a huge construction job. In fact, the largest construction job on the North American continent for the last several years. But I want to tell you about that, recall that story that you and I, Glenn White, the mayor of Bay City, and you were a city councilman, we made to a dedication of the Bowling Salt Dome storage, natural gas storage. We were all invited, as you recall, to go to a barbecue that would dedicate the opening of this storage facility. So I had occasion to go to City Hall, and I had forgotten that I was supposed to go. And I went over to see our good mayor, and he said, "Hey, Judge, are you going up to that bowling barbecue today?" I said, "I'm planning, Glenn." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll come by there and pick you up, and then we'll go out and pick up Meyer. He's over at the store, and we're going up there, you ride up there with me." I said, I told him I'd come by and pick him up, and I said, "Okay, let's go." So I was supposed to meet him out here on the east side of the courthouse in about 15 minutes. Well, naturally, I was a little bit late.
He said you started yapping.
I got out there a little late, and he chewed on me a little bit. He said, "All right, let's go get Meyer." I said, "Okay, let's go get him." So we went down to the store. Meyer ran out and got in the car. And Meyer said, "Hey, I can't go up here dressed in these blue jeans." I said, "Let's go by my house, and I want to change clothes, put my suit on, so I look nice in front of these big shots up there." And Glenn said, "All right, but you're going to have to hurry, we're running late." Okay, so we go out to Meyer's house, go out to your house. He stopped the car at the curb, you ran in, and just a few minutes you came bounding out the door with a pair of shoes and socks in one hand and had your suit on, ready to go. Jumped in the car, and we started down the street, got down about half a block, and you said, "Wait a minute, I've got two right, my shoes are two for the same foot. I got two left shoes here." Glenn said, "What the hell? How'd you do that?" I said, "Well, I got two pair of shoes. I got the same foot off each one of them." I said, "Well, let's go, Glenn. He can put that on. We're not going to walk very far. He can have that shoe on. We'll go ahead and eat the barbecue and come on back." He said, "Hell no. I'll take him back and let him change his shoes." So he made to the U-turn there. Go back, you run in and get your other shoe and come on back. And we start out again. So Glenn said, I said, "Glenn, we're running late, boy. We're going to be late to this dedication here." He said, I know a back way that we can go.
"Hell, we ain't going to be late." He said, "Hell,
we late." I said, "This car will get you there." And so what do you have, an old
LTD
Ford, didn't you?
Yeah.
And so we take off through Ashwood, Texas, over there, a shortcut on a county road.
Unpaved? Was it unpaved?
Unpaved road. You remember it had an elevated little small bridge on that thing, but that thing must have been 2 feet higher than the road, and it had an incline like a ski jump. And
he must have been going up there.
"Wait a minute, Glenn, you're going too fast, boy. The more we're riding, the faster you're going." We saw this bridge coming. I said, "Slow down, please." I said, "You know, you see that bridge down there?" He said, "Oh, man, I'll make that." And we hit that thing. I guess we'd set a record on a ski jump. We must have gone 20 feet in the air on the other side, and I could feel those bumper guards digging into that old dirt road.
Straighten them out.
I said, "Man, please, let up with it. We can be late." I said, "That's all right. Don't drive so fast." So we got on up to Bowen in a few minutes. We're about 20 miles up there. And so we made the barbecue, and on the way back, we decided, Glenn decided he'd come back around through Lane City and come back on the highway. So in the meantime, he got to, Meyer, of course, you got this knack and trait or a gift of being able to, what do you call it, mimic?
Imitate.
Imitate, yeah. So you remember you could do old Glenn pretty well on that government grant deal. How did that?
Yeah. I remember that.
What
was the story behind that?
A story about the $75,000. Well, you were sounding just like the mayor, talking even to the point of sucking on that cigar that he kept in his mouth all the time.
And he was sitting there
listening to it, and I was getting embarrassed. I said, "Man, he's talking about, oh, Glenn may not appreciate this." So I changed the subject, got you off of that subject, and we talked about something else there for about, what, 10 or 12 miles down the road. And all of a sudden, old Glenn said, "Hey, Mark, you never did finish that story you was telling me about that government grant. So you got," I said, "From then on, I didn't care. Go ahead." But from then on, we got a big charge out of that.
He really enjoyed that.
But that's been some good days, Meyer.
That was really fun. We had a good time.
And
Things were booming here then too. Things were really moving along in Bay City at that time, weren't they?
Really were. You remember old Mayor Gusman?
Shoot, I remember Mayor Gusman real well.
You remember when he
Remember what he did that said to Frank Henderson that time?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I told him, we had a funeral. The county auditor died, and we were all out.
Jimmy Sanders, right?
You remember that? Did
Sure.
I ever tell you that story?
I don't know if you did. Go ahead.
You don't mind me telling?
No, go ahead.
I went out to at the funeral, and I was walking up, an old retired mayor, been mayor for 34 years. And he had retired. Glenn was mayor then.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Mayor, did you hear that Meyer Den has filed for city council? He said, he has? He said, is that little Jew that went off to clown school? You know, you went up to Carnegie. You had a
That's right, Carnegie Mellon.
I never had heard it called a clown school before.
Yeah.
He said, is that little Jew that went off to clown school? I said, yes, sir, that's Meyer Den. He said, that's just what we need, another damn clown on that city council.
That's something. That's what he said.
But I know that you were also, that's about the time, I remember you tell that Gene Taylor going up and sizing up the mayor.
Yeah, what did he say to him? I'm trying to remember what that story was. What was that?
Oh, you go.
I was there. Hey, babe. Hey, babe, how you doing?
How you doing? He said, oh, that son of a bitch doing is sizing me up for a casket.
Yeah, he said, I'll be patting him in the face with a shovel. He said,
poor old Gene's sick now, you know that.
Yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Have you seen him since you've been home?
I hadn't seen him, no. Is he still wheeling and dealing?
Yeah, well, I doubt if he is now. I met him on the road. His wife drives a little BMW, and I met him. I thought that with him out there the other morning. He was driving on his way to Houston having a biopsy.
Another one? Another one. Gee whiz, he's in bad shape.